We got a few cans, or not a few, a lot of cans in there. It's molten aluminum right now. What's up, guys? It's Jack from GrowJack Outdoors, and today we have a really exciting video. As you can see, we have a wagon full of supplies, and we're building something today. I seen this idea a long time ago. I actually saw it on YouTube. It was by the King of Random, one of the first channels I ever started watching, and he made a video making a Mini Metal Foundry. And his name was Grant. He's since passed away, so I thought I'd make this in honor of him, and I've also wanted to make it for a really long time too. He made the video back in 2017, I believe, Mini Metal Foundry, and it was really cool. He like melted a bunch of aluminum, poured it into stuff, and I've always thought it was really cool. He called it a metal melting furnace too. We'll put charcoals down in it, and we'll pump air into it, and it'll make the charcoals real hot, and then we'll melt aluminum cans and stuff down, and then we'll pour it into molds and stuff. That's the goal. That's what he did. Now let's go through all of our supplies. So first, I got one bag of charcoal, another big bag of charcoal. I got this galvanized bucket for the outside. The forge will be inside of there. It's used, but it's wet because I just rinsed it off. Galvanized bucket, an Ace hardware bucket. That's where I got all this stuff. Not sponsored, but if you guys do want to sponsor me, email us. a 50-pound bag to place in. Now I got this. It's called a nipple. I got this at Ace. That'll go into there. We'll hook a hairdryer up to it and let air into it. But this fitting that I bought will screw onto here. Now I don't think this is the correct fitting, but it'll work. And then push the PVC pipe into here. And then this will go into the foundry, and this will have a hairdryer hooked up into it, and it'll blow through there. And then we got a old used fire extinguisher, and he used one of these in his videos for, it's called a Crucible. That's what will melt all the metal down into it. And he said make sure it's magnetic, and I made sure it was magnetic. So we'll end up cutting this off and using it as a cup to melt metal into. And then in these, we got some U-bolts for our lid. We'll put them right here so we can lift our lid off. The final thing, we got a bag of plaster of Paris. And so I already had the fire extinguisher, I already had the small bag of charcoal, and I already had the galvanized bucket. But with everything else, I spent $73 on the stuff I didn't have. So not too bad, hopefully we can make it work. The first thing I think we need to do is he put plaster of Paris. I may have to go look at his video. He mixed up a batch of it and then he poured it into his bucket, and he poured it into this, and then he used this as a mold for the cavity, just like that. I got my mixing bucket, my bucket for this. I pulled the handle off of this so we can push it down in there for the mold. I got 15 cups of water, and then we need to put 15 cups, or not 15, 21 cups of play sand, 21 cups of plaster of Paris, and 15 cups of water. I got a 1 cup, and I'm just gonna put 21 of each in the bucket, and then I'll put the 15 cups of water. That's the plan. So I'm gonna start with the play sand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 or 21. Alright, that's quite a bit of sand. I think we'll have enough for the lid and the bucket at the same time. So put the plaster in now. One, two, 21. Alright guys, we got it all finished. Or not finished. We got 21 cups of sand, 21 cups of plaster of Paris. And hopefully this works. I think I may have a little bit too much, but we're going to pour it into here. And then we're going to pour it into here for our lid and put those in. Maybe. That's the plan. So, yeah. Let's put the water in now. And I got my drill with a spinner on there so I can stir it up. Once we get it in there, and it says it cures within, it's hard in 20 to 30 minutes. So we have about 15 minutes to get it into the bucket and it'll be set. Yeah, you guys ready? Oh, okay. All right, we have 15 minutes. All right, we're supposed to stir it till there's no more clumps. Feel pretty, whoa, Nelly. Well, that just fell. I'm gonna reach my hand down in here and stir it up. Oh, there's some clumps on the sides. Just gonna work these clumps out. They're on the sides, stuck to the sides. Whew, I've wanted to do this for so long. I'm so excited. I probably watched the video making this, of him making this a year after it came out, and I've wanted to make it ever since that. Look at that. I should have got here. Oh, I don't have time for this. Ah. I gotta hurry. Bring our bucket over here. It's a moment of truth. I have a mark on here where to fill it up to. So, I know when to stop. Oh no, I may not have enough. Go, get in there. All right, let's see where that sets us. Yeah, we have plenty. All right guys, I don't know how good you could have seen that, but we have our mixture in bucket, and I'm gonna have this brick. I'm just gonna set it down in here. Alright, I got 2 bricks in here. I'm gonna press this down into there just like that. I'm just gonna try to hold it right here until it cures or starts to cure and hold itself. Alright guys, I got it to where I can get my hands off of it. It's getting solid. I can push my finger into it and I'll leave a hand or a little print. But yeah, it seemed to work really good. It's already pretty solid, so I think now I'm going to do another batch. I'm going to cut it in half and then pour my lid and do that. So yeah, I'm going to pull this bucket aside. I'm going to mix another batch and I'll see you when I'm pouring my lid. I got my U-bolts and these are just for handles on my lid. I'm going to put them in there so that it has handles, but first I need to pour my water into my mix. Get this fire extinguisher out of the way and mix it up. Alright, I got the second batch all mixed up, and now I think we're ready to pour it into there. Yep, we're just gonna pour all of it. See how deep that is. I think that's perfect. Alright, now you're going to take our U-bolts and just set them down in there. Well, it's not the prettiest thing, but I'm going to go wash my hands and I'll be right back. Alright guys, well I have ran into my first problem. I pulled my lid out of my bucket and it's doing really good. We got it the perfect size. And I realized I don't have a hole saw big enough for the hole I wanted. Like I want it to be like that. That's the biggest hole saw I have. Like if I had to do it again, which I may have to, may have to like set something like that down in there to where it's just a thin layer I can knock out with a hammer. But it's solid now. So I think I may try to, right now, I think I may try to hole saw this little thing hole out and then take a file and file the edges out and see if I can get a good looking circle out of it. I got the hole saw cut out and I used this little chainsaw file to file it out a little bit. But then my dad gave me an idea. He gave me this engine cylinder hone for screwing out engine bay walls. And we're gonna try to put this in here and see if it works. Looks like it's working. It's working really well. I don't know how big I want it, maybe just a little bit bigger. Yeah, I think that's plenty big, so I won't have to pour any more mixture and I can save my stuff. So yeah, I think it's plenty big to fit pop cans down into, so I can just melt pop cans without taking the lid off. And yeah, I'm gonna take a damp rag now and clean up this top and inside the hole a little bit. Ah, trains. It's been drying for about an hour. It's pretty solid. And now I think it's time to try to pull out this tub. See, it got some channel locks and try to pull it out. Well, there's my timer for an hour and 30 minutes. There you go. Finally. And, ooh, looks pretty good. Yeah, look at that. Looks pretty good. There's a few little rough spots. I'm gonna go grab a damp paper towel and or a damp rag and touch it up. But I'm gonna dump this out. It's all cleaned up. Looks really nice. My lid's right over here. And my lid looks really good too. There you go. And we have ourselves a foundry. Or we're not done yet. But another thing we need is a crucible. And I know I said I was going to use a fire extinguisher, and I definitely recommend that, and that's what Grant used in his video. But we didn't have time to cut the fire extinguisher today, so we took this propane tank, or propane bottle from, we used it for our deer blind thing, and it had a pew-pew hole in it, to say the least. And my dad purged it out and cut it. I definitely do not recommend it. As little as a hole saw, a little spark can ignite these, so I definitely do not recommend this. Go find a fire extinguisher and take the time to cut this, but we got it cut open. It's steel. We hooked a magnet up to it, and it should fit right down into my furnace or forge. And yeah, that's perfect. Now we'll take this lid off. And there's the inside of our forge. There's our propane bottle. I don't know how this is gonna work with that seam in there. We'll see. We'll see. Really hard. I think it is ready to fire. With all of our charcoal. Oh no. Yeah, one thing I forgot is to put this air tube in, and that will be our last step. So yeah, I'm gonna go find a hole saw to cut the hole in for my air tube, and I'll see you when I'm doing that. And we are done. Well, the camera's crooked. Our foundry is officially done. I probably called it a forge several times in this video, but it's alright, it's a foundry. So we got our air going in through this hole. We got our lid, which we'll take that off right now. Got the lid off. And see, our air supply goes right through there. That'll blow oxygen to fuel those coals, and it'll make it get really hot. Our crucible, yeah, there is our foundry. I'm super proud of it. Something I've wanted to make for a long time. And finally, I made it. So I'm probably gonna wait another 30 to 45 minutes for this to dry, And then I think we have time today to melt down a few aluminum cans and try out our forge. So I'm gonna run around, try to find a hair dryer I can use, probably go steal Mom's. You gotta do what you gotta do, but I'll see you here in a minute. All right, guys, I got my whole setup. And before I show you this and we get the charcoal in there, I wanted to show you what I started with. I buried this, and then I put that pipe running down for air. And I soon realized I don't have enough money to fill that up with charcoal, so I resorted to this, and hopefully this works a lot better. As you see, I duct taped the hair dryer on there. We can turn it on low, and it's on air. So now, what he did, he took a few charcoals. I think he said 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I think my charcoals are a little bit smaller than his. So I'm gonna put several on the bottom. And now he just filled it in. Now, I probably didn't show this. I screwed this fitting in, screwed that on. I don't think I have the right fittings. You can go watch Grant's video, look at his fitting, but that's all I can find, and I was in a little bit of a hurry. I have a PVC pipe shooting up there. But yeah, I'm just gonna fill this up with charcoal, and then I'm gonna go get my dad's supervision to light these charcoals off. We're ready. I got a torch, and we're gonna try to light this. See how this goes.
Get his hair standing up.
You might hear AJ in the background. He's driving his Power Wheels, but we got the fire lit and we used some lighter fluid to help us out. And I'm just gonna let it sit there and burn for a minute, and then we'll turn our hair dryer on. There you go. All right, guys, it's been going for probably 2 or 5 minutes right now. Let me see how hot it is. 439. I think aluminum melts at like 1200, so we got a little ways to go. Alright, well, the side of the Crucible is glowing, so I thought I'd put a can in there, and I got all my safety gear on just in case something happens to splatter. So, yeah, let's do it. It doesn't seem to be doing much yet. We're just gonna let it keep heating, and we'll get back to you if anything cool happens. Ooh, look at the orange chocolate. Alright, it looks like we're melting. You see that?
Oh, it is melting.
Yeah!
You got it full of charcoal dust though.
It'll come off in the top. It'll come off in the top skim, so I'm gonna throw another one in there.
Shield down. Throw a few in there.
Okay. The whole thing's glowing now.
What's the goal here?
We're enough to fill up at least one of those, the cake batter deals, or the muffin pan. We got a muffin pan, and hopefully.
So you want to fill one of those up?
At least. I'd like to fill a couple of them up, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Seems to be working good though. Oh.
You can't see it, but those are melting instantly. Run out of cans.
Wow. This is so much fun. Yeah, you shove them in there and they burst into flames. We got a few cans, or not a few, a lot of cans in there. It's molten aluminum right now, and as much as I want to keep going, we're losing daylight, and I'm gonna pour one muffin, or how many muffins I can get, so let's do it. Whew.
Be careful with that can because it's going to be flimsy.
The can?
Yeah. There you go.
Can I set it on the sand?
Yeah. Get it to where you can pour it. Awesome. The next one.
Oh, there went all the gunk. Yeah, that's what he was talking about in the video. Yeah, I don't think that was any good aluminum, but we got two good ones.
Those are awesome.
That's cool. Oh my gosh. See, that's all the gunk that he was talking about. I don't know what he called it, but he called it something.
All the contaminants. That's all paint, part of that charcoal. That's really cool.
Look at those charcoals. It's still burning hot.
It actually worked.
Yes. I was starting to doubt it for a minute after it wasn't getting very hot over the first 10 minutes, but oh yeah.
I think part of the problem was he didn't have his bucket perfectly centered, and that blower was blowing around one side of the bucket. I guess you call that a crucible.
Yeah.
But it was whirling around one side, so this farthest spot from it, it took it a long time to get hot.
Yeah, but it got there eventually.
I think it's really important to try to get that centered. It'll make it go faster.
Yeah. All right, I got all the after stuff out. It's right there. And now our two pretty pieces. How do you think I should go about this?
I haven't seen the videos, I don't know.
I don't want to drop boiling water on you.
Yeah.
Oh. Hot?
I got it.
I wonder if this water's hot.
That's pretty cool.
I think that's going to be it for tonight because it's really hard to look at these aluminum biscuits in the darkness. So I'm going to clean up all my messes because I got a big mess, and I will see you guys tomorrow and we'll take a better look at these. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. And here's the other one. This one has a little indent on the top of it from the contaminants falling on it, but it may not seem that cool, but I'm super proud of it. I built something with $73 and melted aluminum cans into something like that. And I want to try to get some fancier aluminum pans and try pouring into those and other types of casting. Like I want to try to pour it into sand with styrofoam in there. I saw that on the King Random too. So I want to try lots of different stuff, and there's still a lot to learn. As I said, I built this foundry with about $73, and Grant, on his video that he made back in 2017, he built his for $35, and The prices have raised a lot since then, but still, $73 is not very much money to build something that can take aluminum cans and melt them into pretty much whatever you want. Yeah, I'm gonna quit rambling. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Go down there, ring the notification bell, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next video.